It has been quite the wild ride tracking Cardano in general. We're talking about the growth of Cardano network, the blockchain itself, fundamentally, the growth of ADA price, and the growth of community. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for coming by. Let's jump into the Cardano video. It's a little bit of a twist. ADA on the charts. If you want technical analysis update, you can literally just go to my most recent Cardano video. This is a little bit of a twist. This is an important part of even what we've been tracking on the charts. And we have been tracking it on the charts, everybody. It's just this thing, right? And if you're a Cardano holder, I think you'll enjoy this video because this is a big piece of not only just Cardano, but it's a really big piece of crypto. It's a big piece of where this industry and this space is headed. And the reason why it's such a big piece to it is because it's a really big ingredient to it all. That is community. That is the voice behind a protocol, right? It's the technology is implemented, it's founded, it's created, but then there's the people that start getting on board, the people that start supporting the developers and the team behind the technical project. And it's the people that drive the adoption, that drive, especially in this decentralized environment, drive the brand itself, right? So community and the voice of community is extremely important in this space. And I think it's going to continue to be that way. So yes, we've been tracking the story. Yes, it's been a volatile story in terms of price. And we've been even talking about the technical milestones. One's coming up, the volatile hard fork. But what we don't always do is look at the growth of the people. And if there are probably many identifiers that can help us kind of illustrate and track that growth. But there is just one that is so good, and that is the infamous Twitter poll. This is Plan C. Now I have a bunch of tabs open. It's kind of exciting to see this. So stick around and check this out. But this is Plan C mainly because this kind of what happened today and what's happening right now. This gave me an idea just to kind of track this. And we're going to look at this tweet. This is still a live poll happening right now. Before we dig into all of these tweets and before we start talking about the nice poll meme that Ada Whale kind of has going on in the Cardano community, I want to start here. I was kind of researching polls in general before I started this video. I'll put a link in the description to this article or whatever this is, but it just made a good point real quick. It says, think your opinion doesn't count? Not true. In fact, public opinion is the most powerful force in the world. It helps shape government policy and determine which products come to market. Public opinion can be more powerful than the mightiest armies and weapons. So those are just great points. Public opinion, right? And the voice that lends itself to discussion, that lends itself to important questions, especially in a social environment. This is the world we live in. It is incredibly important. And, you know, there are polls all across crypto world. This is a tweet from February. This is kind of, I think, when and a lot of us started really seeing what's going on with Cardano on Twitter. I said every poll featuring Cardano that I've seen lately has ADA substantially leading. It's confirmation of an insanely strong community. And it's true because I tweeted this tweet. It was a retweet of a sentiment poll. And you can just see there's almost 5,000 votes. Cardano led the way. What asset would you like sentiment feed to give increased focus toward on our upcoming Friday call? And you can just see Cardano, boom. Cardano wins that race. Now, Ada Whale, if you're not familiar, you got to follow him on Twitter. If you're in the Ada Cardano community, follow him on Twitter. He's got so much good content. He's extremely bright, but just a really strong voice in the Cardano community. So he's really, every time there's a poll, and oftentimes I find the poll because I see him commenting right below the poll where Cardano is involved. He just types nice poll. And he tweeted this. This was yesterday. And he said, on the nice poll phenomenon, it somehow became a meme, but only because that was never the intention. Now it lives on. Crypto mainstream underestimates our community size and often tries to ignore Cardano. So it's also a bit of the beatings will continue until morale improves. And that's just the point. Crypto mainstream, and we're talking mainstream. And he puts it perfectly. It just underestimates Cardano itself. Mainstream, the big players in crypto, they underestimate the community size, what is going on inside of Cardano, and that's why I think these polls are really important. He goes on, I truly don't think it's bots. If it were, I'd stop immediately. Replies are less visible, so there's always 1 to 2 minutes until someone likes, retweets, and it snowballs, and that's it. I've noticed the same exact thing. Some get less traction, and after a few in short succession, I can see people rolling their eyes and voting drops. The Bitcoin and Ethereum communities are larger, and if their large Twitter accounts did the same, I imagine they'd beat us easily most of the time. It's such a good point. The Soluna vaxes, not so much. I've seen their CEOs go against a nice poll and still lose. I think some are probably getting tired of the NPs, nice polls, and there's a fine line between funny and irritating. So I want to say this, kind of maybe piggybacking a little bit off of this. It's like, I don't have this. First off, I don't have this herd mentality. I'm really interested in Cardano. I just am very genuinely interested in Cardano. It's my favorite crypto. But on top of that, I don't have even this competitive mindset in terms of other cryptos. It's like, if you like Ethereum, fine. I'm not going to sit here and argue that Cardano is so much better. Sometimes I'll ask, I think, important questions that compare the two, right? That's part of my own analysis. But I'm not going to sit here with like a competitive mindset and start arguing with people. And that's not even the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is really to highlight the number one importance of polls, but also the importance of community and community voice in crypto, because this drives cryptos. At least it's one thing that does. So back to the Plan C poll. This is a live poll, almost 12,000 votes. What crypto project will win the Web3 smart contract platform category? Cardano winning that one. He did another one shortly after. There's almost 6,000, well, it's 5,500 almost votes so far. Let's settle this once and for all. What online community, crypto community is most powerful? Cardano winning this poll so far. What's interesting about this is Plan C, follow him as well. And he's got amazing Bitcoin data. He's mainly a Bitcoin guy on here, right? So he's got over 100,000 followers, 133,000. So you would think most are Bitcoin, but this is a perfect illustration. You have somebody like this tweeting polls like this, and the Cardano community just comes in. And they come in with just, it's a positive attitude. They're not bombarding it negatively. They're not really talking trash at all. It's just this energy, this positive, optimistic, we're here and we're growing. And I think that says a lot. And the poll, they just go on. And this is a foundational one where I think a lot of people really started noticing this phenomenon. Vitalik over at Ethereum, he tweeted, poll for Ethereum community. You wake up in 2035 and 80% of all transactions and savings in the world are in one currency that is not ETH. Which would you prefer it to be? Over 600,000 votes. And ADA wins the poll. That says a ton. If you could take any person to tweet, any person from any project to tweet a poll that has ADA in it, that isn't a biased one, right, towards ADA, this would be it. This is, and it happened, and this is it. And ADA won, and it's a true illustration of the strength of Cardano and the community. And the poll, they just go on. I'm not going to look through every one. Here's one from March. This is congratulations, Cardano, on winning the poll. This is over 15,000 votes. What will be the hottest blockchain of 2022? Cardano just smoking the rest. Here's another one. Almost 10,000 votes. Cardano smoking it in terms of blockchain NFTs. Here's another one. Surely Cardano can't win every poll. Which blockchain begins with the letter E? Cardano. Boom. It's silly, but it's almost like the question is meaningless. It's silly, but it demonstrates something powerful and something important. And this is all while we are still very early in this crypto game. And I can't stress that enough. This is Cardano wallets, right? Or this is Cardano addresses. total with a balance. So over 5 million addresses. Now in March, say March 2020, there was around 350,000 addresses. Look at the growth. Look at this growth. Now over 5 million addresses. And what makes this exciting, I'll pull up Ethereum, the same chart, addresses. Look at Ethereum in its early days. 350,000 addresses, November 2016. And look at just the slow growth for Ethereum that it saw, right? And now it's all the way up here, 76 million addresses. This is what makes me excited is ADA, in my view, in my opinion, has that same growth trajectory in store and ahead. And they're delivering a protocol that in my mind is above the rest, and it's going to deliver. And it's been delivering, right? Maybe slower than some would want, but it's been delivering. And so we see those addresses growing, and we see it growing alongside the community, and we see the illustration of that community growing right here in front of our eyes on social media. Many questions arise about their future, which is the best investment. Cardano winning another poll, over 2,000 votes. Here's one, almost 2,000 votes. Cardano. Here's another one. If you could pick only one of these three chains as an Ethereum alternative, Cardano winning the race. ADA. This is a recent one. Expat from the Luna Nation here, wondering which ecosystem should I learn about. ADA. Astounding. 22,000 votes. And then here's also one from yesterday. Ethereum versus Cardano, which will drive the cryptocurrency market in 2022. Over 4,000 votes. And there it is, Cardano. It's not to say, Cardano's the best, it wins every poll. That's not the meaning of this video at all. That's totally not. It's not my style. It's not where my head's at. But what it is to put this data out there, because the data is important. And if this early on in the game, Cardano has this big of a voice in the community, on social media, this says a lot, and it's powerful, because at the end of the day, polls do matter. They really do. As simple as it sounds, it's a very, and what I mean, Cardano, and then community voice is a very important ingredient to the growth of Cardano. And there's a reason why the Cardano community is so strong and so interested and so energetic. There's a reason for it. And that's because of the protocol and the way it's being built and how it's being delivered and used today. So those are my thoughts. I wanted to really break it down as we kind of just wait for the charts to do something after this long downtrend. We might get a pop. We might get that rally we talked about in that last video. Either way, everybody, I appreciate you cruising by. Hit the like button on the way out. It means a lot to me. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.